Hello Wendy, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Very good, thank you. So I'm here today with Lieutenant Colonel Wendi Brown from the US Army, who is a specialist in cybersecurity, one of our special guests and former students. So Wendi, if you could just tell us a bit about yourself and your background and how you came to be a Lieutenant Colonel in the US Army.
Well, actually, I pursued this through the Army ROTC scholarship. I received a military scholarship to go to college, and after I finished my 4 years, I was commissioned as a second lieutenant. I spent most of my career in the Department of Defense doing supply chain and logistics work. I actually managed a nationwide supply chain operation as well as an international supply chain operation when I was deployed to Afghanistan. And while I was running both of those supply chain operations, I did notice that whenever there was a problem, we had to do investigation, and which led me to pursue information assurance. And inevitably, I ended up doing cybersecurity.
Okay, so have you, in terms of cybersecurity and education and training, I believe you took that one step further and even completed a master's degree in the subject.
Yes, I just completed my Master of Science in cybersecurity, and what I'm focusing on at this point is once I finish with the military to do cybersecurity consulting.
Excellent. And you've been training with us today doing the offshore cybersecurity awareness course, which was approved by GCHQ. How did you find today for you?
Today was very intense. It definitely exceeded my expectation. The instructor went over every detail about just what needs to take place, either from a personal perspective as well as a business perspective as well as government. So he covered all areas as far as how to protect your network system, as well as just being cognizant of not being a victim of phishing.
Yeah, and cyber to most people is perceived as a very technical and a very complex subject. If you could give a piece of advice to the seafarers or the everyday people working on shore, what would be the best thing to say to them, do you think?
I would say, first of all, you have to cover the basics. The irony is that most people don't cover the basics. They just assume that it's not going to happen to them, that they're not important enough, and so they become a victim just through their own negligence. So securing their network, using firewalls, antivirus software at a bare minimum, that's required. And then also just being cognizant if you're receiving emails from people that you don't know and they have attachments and they say download the attachments, and people just click on it knowing that they don't know this person. And so sometimes we become a victim just through our own negligence and just not paying attention to the basics.
Oh, excellent. And as you know, we run the Be Cyber Aware at Sea campaign.
Mm-hmm.
How have you found that? And over in the States and in Germany where you work, have you seen this on the social media?
I have seen it, particularly in the social media on LinkedIn, and I do believe that the awareness is constantly growing. Cybersecurity, there's always some story in the newspaper about a business being compromised or a person, their personal information being compromised. So I think cybersecurity is at the forefront of every industry and on every piece of a social network.
Excellent. Lieutenant Colonel Wendi Brown, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.